Hi everybody, Brian Hoxie here. We are at the championship game. It is of the my Hoosiers project using Highlight Maker hoops. We are at Hinkle Fieldhouse. It's March 22nd, 1952. It is indeed the Hickory Huskers and the South Bend Central Bears. Um, Hickory comes in 17-7 on the season. South Bend Central unbeaten 24-0 on the year. A couple things, if you've watched my previous videos, you would know. Um, I am using uh, the 5 point cap for each quarter, but I am not using the minimum scoring rules. Wherever the pawns end up, that's where they end up on each quarter. I'm also, for the postseason, I came up with a rule where on a coach card, I'm rolling the decider die, and depending if it's, I'm not doing injuries, I'm just skipping those. But if one of those comes up where it would be an injury and two players come in, I'm rolling a die. Dot the player does come in off the bench and blanky doesn't. Kind of simulate, you get to those big games, teams are going to stick with their main guys. So um, I guess I'll give it a shuffle here. I'll deal out 10 and we'll get it going. Um, I will say, and I think I've said before, I wasn't this whole concept making the teams and playing the season wasn't necessarily to simulate the movie Hoosiers, but the way this has played out, there's been a lot of exciting moments. In the postseason, Hickory's had a couple times where they needed just the right card or cards to win the game, and they have. So it's been kind of a crazy movie style run, at least here in the postseason. So we'll see what they can do here in the championship game for all the marbles. So give it a cut, deal out 10. All right. For some reason, I thought if I ever got to this point, I'd be very nervous, and obviously I would like Hickory to win this game. It would be kind of a cool ending to the project. It would match the movie where they won, and um, but kind of through all of it, I mean, I like I said, I'm not really trying to mimic the movie, so it was kind of like just playing it, enjoying the journey of playing through the season, just to see what would happen. Um, if you follow from the beginning, I had certain games. Jimmy here didn't play the first few games, and Hickory lost, and then had some other things like on a coach's card for some of the games. On the second time out, I was using shooter flashes, picket fence, energized 2 to 12. So I had some little concepts inside the project that I was using, um, but here we are, championship game, South Bend Central. I am keeping some notes off to the side here. Um, so if you hear some writing, that's what I'm doing. Um, all right, let's get going. So we got, of course, Jimmy Chitwood and one of the top players in the state, Jimmy Boyle, for South Bend Central. South Bend Central's team, give a quick look. You got Jimmy Boyle, you got James Holler, you got Gene Long, John Shiner, and Phil Poole. So pretty first four guys are pretty solid. Even Poole's not bad. So this will be an interesting matchup for Hickory. So here we go. First card. And right off the bat, a coach card. So on coach cards, I'm flipping it. And we got an unusual result. Let's see what we get. We get a 3. So a technical foul on the visiting team, which is South Bend Central. Holy moly. What the heck could have happened there? That's crazy. All right, so Jimmy's gonna shoot a couple of free throws. Wow, this is off to a crazy start already. So you got That was a 6, so he makes it. And a 3, and he makes it. So a crazy start here. Technical foul. And Coach Ben Central, I'm guessing on Coach Jay McCreary. We're looking for the leap. They both have it, and the tiebreaker is the visitor, so that's James Holler. He's going to move the scoring track for South Bend Central. Brings up Merle Webb. And momentum, if he has the grab, he does. So James Holler going to move the marker again. South Bend Central after the technical foul. Let's see, he's got the bump. He does. But with the hand signal, Raid Butcher is going to get a chance to deny it. See what he can do. Does he have defensive skill? He does. So Raid Butcher with a solid defensive play to stop James Holler. Bring up Gene Long and Everett Flatch. And it's a rough look. It's 2 shots. Neither player has a symbol, so the tiebreaker goes to the home team. So that's Everett. Going to shoot a couple free throws here. Thinks on a 6 or an 8. 10 he makes. And 5 he makes. So Hickory 4-4 from the line here early on. Neither team has momentum because of the free throws. Looking for arc. And Jimmy has it underlined. John Shiner doesn't have it at all. But with the hand signal, he is going to get a chance to deny it. And he's a pretty good defender. He's got 3 different defensive qualities. So a 4, 5, and 6, he's going to stop it. No! Jimmy Chitwood gets around Shiner for the basket. And we have another unusual result. Let's see what happens here. A 5. So we're looking at active visitor player defensive check. Well, he's got 3 defensive skill, smart, and spark. So it's going to be a defensive stop, no score, and both players will rotate. So good play by Phil Poole. Gets a stop on Jimmy. And visitor player with offensive smart. Yes, Jimmy Boyle has offensive smart. So he'll get past Buddy Walker on that one. And now we're looking for the grab, and that's Jimmy Boyle again. Merle Webb doesn't have grab. So here we go. Raid Butcher, last card of the first quarter. Home player defensive quick. No, Raid does not have defensive quick. Ugh. So Jimmy Boyle going on quite a streak there. I think that's 3 in a row for him. We hit the cap, but we're also at the end of the quarter anyway. So they would rotate. So end of the first quarter. Wow. All right. So South Bend Central is at 5. They haven't shot any or made any free throws yet. And Hickory just with the 1 impact point from Jimmy Chitwood, and they have 4 free throws. So let's see where we're at score-wise. 5-1. So it'd be 17 for South Bend Central, and 8 plus 4 is 12. So yeah, South Bend Central got off to a crazy start with the technical foul on McCreary, but kind of got him motivated. Yep, I lost count. All right, second quarter, 17-12, South Bend Central in the lead. Yeah, no momentum. Started the quarter looking for the yes quality. That's Jimmy Boyle again. Man, he's hot. But Everett does have a chance to deny it. He will deny it on a three, four, or a six, and if he gets a three, go the other way. Oh my gosh! Wow, Everett Flatch with a big defensive play. I forgot to move the markers. Should be at 10 and 1 plus 6 is 7. Um, so Hickory, good start to the second quarter on Everett Flatch's good defensive play and turns the transition into a basket. Visitor player with defensive spark. Yes, James Holler will stop Everett at the basket. Gene Long and Jimmy Chitwood now up at the top. And we're looking for the tip quality. They both have it. The tiebreaker is the home team, so Jimmy Chitwood, but Gene Long will get a chance to deny it here and see what he can do. A two, defensive quick. No. So Jimmy, I think that's twice the defender had good position, but Jimmy found a good way to get past him. Like to see that keep going. Home player with defensive smart. Yes. So Jimmy's going to knock the ball away from Shiner, create a turnover. We got our first coach card. First things first, we'll see if Whit Butcher is indeed going to come into the game. Adati does, and he does not. All right. So now we'll just roll on Norman Dale's coaching card. A 4. They're energized. Energized. So Walker and the Hoosiers score. Go pull, rotate. Home player with defensive power. Nope. One thing he doesn't have, Buddy Walker, kind of a small guard, not very powerful. So Jimmy Boyle is going to get by him for a score. See if Merle Webb can do something here. Rough look, 2 shots to the home team. So Merle Webb going to go to the line for 2. Clanks on a 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a make, and 8 is a make. So two more free throws for Hickory. Both players rotate because of the free throws. Looking for the grab. Holler has it underlined. Raid just has it. So Holler will win the tiebreaker, but Raid is going to get a chance to deny him here. Let's see if he can do it. Does he have defensive reach? He does. So Raid Butcher, his second really good defensive play of the game, first half. Stops the big man from South Bend Central. And a coach card. So Jay McCreary is going to maybe bring in Benny Barnes. Let's see if he does. Dottie does. No. All right. Let's see what the coaching result ends up. It's a 12. Oh, it's complacent. It's complacent. So the play backfires. Everett Flatch and the Hoosiers score. Wow. All right. Last card of the first half. Hickory did score, but Flatch doesn't have arc, so we'll turn it around. And unfortunately, John Shiner does have bump, so he's going to score for South Bend Central. So that's the end of the first half. Let's move the scoring caps. 7-5 is 12, and 5 and 6 is 11. And figure out the halftime score here. So South Bend Central, 7 impact points, no free throws. Hickory, 5 impact points and 6 free throws. So let's see where we're at here. So it's 7-5. So South Bend Central 29 and Hickory 31. So Hickory with a 2 point lead at halftime, despite Boyle's 4 impact points in the first half. Wow. All right, go to the third quarter here. Good first half, back and forth. Craziness to start with a technical foul. A couple big plays defensively for Flatch. Chitwood's beat his man a couple times, and then on the other side, Boyle, he's had a nice run, and then a couple three in a row there for South Bend Central. All right, third quarter. Hickory up 31-29. Here we go. Home player with offensive power. Oh, wow. Yes. Everett Flatch has offensive power and it is underlined, so he's going to move Hickory 2 spaces to start the second half. What a good start for Hickory there. Visitor player with offensive spark. Yes, Phil Poole indeed has offensive spark. So he's going to move the marker for South Bend Central. Rough look. It's an and one, and look who's at the top of the stack for Hickory. Jimmy Chitwood gets the and one. He has a circle star underlined, so Poole has no rough symbol. So Hickory's going to move the marker. Jimmy's going to shoot the free throw. He clanks on a 5, and he makes the free throw. So Hickory now 7 of 7 from the line. It's and one free throws, so both players rotate. Visitor player defensive quick. Ooh. Yeah, Jimmy Boyle has defensive quick and it's underlined. So he's going to cause the turnover and score at the other end for South Bend Central. Buddy Walker got the ball stolen. Boyle takes it down and scores. Now let's see. Does Boyle have snag? He does. Hand symbol gives Merle a chance to deny it. And does he have defensive skill? He does. So Merle Webb, pretty decent defender. He's going to stop Jimmy Boyle on that play. With teams rotate. Now we're looking for the yes quality, and that's Raid Butcher. Yep, he's going to, must have been a mismatch there. Somehow James Holler, the big man, on him, and he takes it to the outside and fires it in. Getting down to the end of the third quarter here. Coach card. We're going to discard a fact. We're going to see if indeed Whit Butcher comes into the game again. Dottie does. Okay, he does. And now we'll roll on Hickory's timeout. 7, energized. So a good play call by Norman Dale. They execute it and score. 2 more cards left in the third quarter. Visitor player with defensive skill. No, John Shiner does not have defensive skill, so Whit Butcher is going to score again. And we're at the cap. Hickory's cap was 11. They're there. So, end of the third quarter. Let's see, we'll do the scoring caps. 9 plus 6 is 15, and 11 plus 5 is 16. South Bend Central with 9 impact points and no free throws. And Hickory with 11 and 7 free throws. So let's see where we're at here. 11-9. So Hickory, 48 plus 7 is 55, and 9 is 43. So wow, 55-43 as we go to the fourth quarter in favor of Hickory. Everett Flatch kind of got that going right off the bat with the 2 two space move, and then nice call by Norman Dale out of the timeout with Whit Butcher coming in, and then he scores again on Shiner. So, all right, fourth quarter. Hickory up 55-43. Can they hang on for the state championship? We're going to find out. Here we go. All right. Right off the bat, a rough look and one for South Bend Central. So Phil Poole scores and makes the free throw. All right. Wood Butcher will rotate. And looking for the grab. That's Raid Butcher. Raid Butcher's going to score over Phil Poole. Home player with offensive skill. Yes, Raid Butcher does have offensive skill. He's going to move the marker. Scored against Jimmy Boyle. Big play by Raid. Visitor offensive skill. No. James Holler, the one thing he doesn't have is offensive skill. So he's going to throw the ball away for South Bend Central. Home offensive smart. Everett does not have offensive smart, so he's going to get the ball stolen. We got a rough look. We're going to discard a fact before we look at the rough look. And Jimmy Chitwood, again, so he's going to get two shots. Clanks on a 5. 8 is good. 3 is good. Hickory in the driver's seat here, I think, with only a few cards left here in the game. Looking for the pick, and neither player has it, so they'll both rotate. Home player with offensive quick. Yes, Merle Webb. Offensive quick. Move the marker. I think it was already clinched, but that will definitely clinch it even more. Seeing as how we're at the last card of the game, looking for the pick quality, that's James Holler. So he's going to score for South Bend Central, and that's it. Just got to figure out the final score here. So South Bend Central with 11 impact points and 1 free throw. And Hickory with 14 impact points. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 free throws. They're 9 and 9 from the line. So 14-11. 61 plus 9 is 70 for Hickory. And South Bend Central 53. Wow. Holy mackerel. All right. Well, that was cool. Like many of you, you do a project and it's you come up with it. You start getting into it. And then it's kind of bittersweet. At the end, it's like man, that was so cool, but it is over. But so yeah, Hickory ends the season at 18-7, state champions, 1952. South Bend Central suffers their first loss, 24-1. But yeah, a lot of different heroes for Hickory. Everett Flatch, 4 offensive impact points, a couple of defensive stop. Jimmy Chitwood with 3 offensive impact points and 5 of 5 from the line. Raid Butcher had 3 offensive impact points and 2 defensive impact points. And Wood Butcher, 2 impact points offensive. And then Buddy Walker and Merle Webb each had an offensive impact point and 2 free throws, while Webb had a defensive step as well. So yeah, so Hickory, South Bend Central led 17 to 12 after one. Hickory led 31 to 29 at halftime, 55 to 43 after three quarters, and they win the state championship game 70 to 53 over South Bend Central. So really fun. Wow. Uh, like I said, I wasn't nervous that Hickory would win or lose. It's kind of like whatever happens, happens. But very cool that it kind of just ended up playing out that way. Kind of behind the scenes of everything. When I rated the teams, uh, both Hickory and South Bend Central had 120 total team qualities. So across the board, and I think even like the starting five were even as far as like total qualities on the cards for the first five. So just about as even as you can get. And that's kind of how I wanted it if it ended up this way, and it did. So cool project. Sad it's over, but it was really fun to play it out. I know I did a number of the first games just kind of offline and posted on the Play Games Facebook page the results. I want to say the last six or seven, eight or so, I've done videos on. So that's kind of been fun, just something different for me to do. And I don't know what else, what next for me. I am doing the new college playdown set. I'm playing through the actual bracket that came with the game. I just finished up the first round of that, so I may do some of those games through the video. I'm not sure yet, but for those of you who've kind of followed this project, whether it be on the Facebook page or through YouTube, or I posted on Delphi as well, appreciate you kind of taking the journey with me, and hopefully you had fun watching it from afar. But all right, I'll sign off here. Again, the Hickory Huskers state championship game. They beat South Bend Central Bears 70 to 53. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.